hope you're having a great day. Victor here with VC Football, as always. The wait is almost over with the Champions League set to return next week. And I had so much fun doing it last year, and you guys seem to enjoy it as well. So here we are again this year with my predictions for the round of 16. Be sure to stick around until the end of the video for some more details on our 1,000 subscriber giveaway. But let's not waste any more time and get right into it. Also, just a disclaimer that these predictions are going to be highly opinion based. I will be throwing in a couple of facts here and there to back up my picks though. Also, be sure to join in on the fun and leave your predictions in the comments below. Barcelona versus PSG in what is one of the bigger matches in the round of 16. Also, probably one of the tougher ones to call. Had you asked me a couple of weeks ago, I would have definitely said PSG all the way, don't even argue with me, because Barcelona was in such poor form. In fact, after 10 matches played in La Liga, they were sitting at an abysmal 13th spot in La Liga. Since then though, in 2021, it seems like they have found some form and they are currently sitting in 2nd place, doing even better than Real Madrid, who had started off so strong. Now that's quite the recovery. As for PSG, they were finalists in last year's Champions League, but since then they have seen Mauricio Pochettino come in as new coach after PSG made the decision to sack Thomas Tuchel a couple of weeks ago. Pochettino surely has some improvements that he can make with this PSG, particularly in defense and midfield. Where PSG are always threatening though is in offense, because they still have Mbappe and Neymar, and when those two click they can crumble any defense that they face. Especially a Barcelona who as of late has seen multiple injuries and has been slow at times. It's a tough one to call because PSG, when they're good, they're great, but Barcelona has seen a rise of form recently and it looks like the team has unified under new coach Ronald Koeman this season. Tough to say, but just going off of form right now, I have to go with the Blaugrana. I feel like it's going to be a very tight game, but an exciting one nonetheless. In fact, the last couple of times these teams have faced off, we have seen at least 2 goals each game. One to keep an eye on and one I'm definitely not gonna miss. For me, based off of current form, I have Barcelona to beat PSG and move on to the quarterfinals. The next match we have to discuss is RB Leipzig, who will be taking on Liverpool. Now this is another one that could be really tricky depending on what angle you take. If you watched my videos last year, you would know that Leipzig was my wild card in the competition. I had them beating Tottenham in the round of 16 last year and they went and did. However, this time around they're facing Liverpool, who are the current champions of the Premier League. However, being the current champion doesn't guarantee anything because they are currently sitting in 4th position. Most of this you can attribute to a huge dip in form, not only in the forwards but also in defense. Starting with offense, they have seen their top 3 strikers see a massive dip in form where they are not converting goals the way they used to. As for their defense, they have seen all 3 of their center backs injured. That includes their talisman, Van Dijk. If Liverpool were at full strength and they were in form with all of their players healthy, it'd be another story. It's a tough one to call, but if I'm going to go based off of what my gut is telling me, I have to go with RB Leipzig because they were my wild card last season. They didn't let me down in the round of 16. And so here again for the 2nd year in a row, I'm going to go with RB Leipzig to defeat Liverpool and progress to the quarterfinals. Keeping it rolling here, the next match we have is Porto, who will face off against Juventus. A great match because Porto is undefeated in Portugal in their last 11 matches. Incredibly impressive. However, they will be facing off against a tough opponent in Pirlo's Juventus. And if there's one thing Pirlo has shown is that he is not afraid of experimenting, switching up the formation every couple of games or so. But I honestly feel like he's starting to find the formation that works, and that is the tried and true 4-4-2. It's really interesting to me to see so many coaches go back to the old school 4-4-2, but as they say, if it ain't broken, don't fix it. Also, Pirlo can count on a massive figure in Cristiano Ronaldo, who, even though he's at the age of 36, is still averaging about a goal a game. 23 goals in his last 24 appearances, to be exact. As always, I cannot count out Cristiano Ronaldo, and I just see Juventus as the better side and a more balanced side as well. It is true Pirlo may be tinkering with his tactics still, but I feel like he will be able to figure it out over the course of the 2 legs. I have Juventus edging past Porto to make it on to the quarterfinals. Next, we have Sevilla, who will be facing off against Borussia Dortmund. Another huge clash between teams of Spain and Germany. Starting off with Sevilla, they've actually been very impressive domestically, sitting 4th in La Liga currently, and I'm sure they will be looking to bring that form into Europe. In fact, they have been one of the more free-scoring teams, and I am sure they will be counting on their forward An-Nesyri, who has alone scored 13 goals this season. In fact, with 13 goals this season, that puts him second in the race for the Pichichi Award, only behind Luis Suarez by 1 goal. Sevilla is also doing an excellent job of not letting goals pass them. In fact, they're second best in the league, only behind Atletico Madrid, for the team with the least amount of goals conceded, with 16 in 21 matches played so far. Borussia Dortmund, on the other hand, is having a season to forget. They're currently sitting in 6th in the Bundesliga and are finding themselves in a transitionary period with a new coach. They're trying to figure things out, but one of the things that is holding them back is their defense. They just cannot seem to find a way to stop conceding, unlike their opponents from Spain. And although they do have Erling Haaland, who is a goal-scoring machine, but even he is not able to provide the output necessary to counterbalance their defensive woes. Seeing as Borussia Dortmund is struggling at the moment, I feel like this is an easy one for me. I'm not going to spend a lot of time on it. I have Sevilla defeating Borussia Dortmund to make it on to the quarterfinals. Moving on now to Atletico Madrid, who will be facing off against Chelsea. Atletico Madrid has had a stellar season so far. They are actually leading in La Liga, beating the likes of Real Madrid and Barcelona by a whopping 10 points. And that is with a game in hand. Defensively solid and moving as a unit, as you would expect from Los Colchoneros, they have the best defense in La Liga, conceding only 10 goals in 21 matches played. But perhaps the biggest change for Los Colchoneros has been the addition of Luis Suarez. It seems he was the missing piece of the puzzle that Simeone needed in order to make Atletico Madrid a good team and turn them into a title contender. Because with Suarez, he has scored 14 goals in 16 matches played, which gives him first place in La Liga in the race for the Pichichi Award. This has also given Atletico Madrid quite the offense. He has linked up incredibly well with Joao Felix. Atletico's forwards have managed 40 goals in their 20 matches played, which is second best in La Liga, only behind Barcelona by 1 goal at the moment. Chelsea, on the other hand, have had a turbulent time sitting outside of the top 4 in the Premier League. This may be the main factor of why Chelsea legend Frank Lampard was sacked a couple of weeks ago and was replaced by former PSG head coach Thomas Tuchel. And so far, signs are promising. Thomas Tuchel has made the decision for Chelsea to use a back 3 again, which has shown promise. In fact, as of the time of this recording, Chelsea are undefeated with their new manager. Now the biggest thing for Tuchel to focus on is getting the forwards to sync together. I feel like if he can manage to do that, then maybe Chelsea will be a team to keep an eye on. As things stand now though, I have to go with Atletico Madrid just because they are having a stellar season. The moat that they have ahead of Barcelona and Real Madrid, defensively solid, and they have shown in the Champions League that so long as they're facing somebody who doesn't have Cristiano Ronaldo over 2 legs, they can get the win. So Atletico Madrid, one of the dark horses of the competition for me because they have been that good. Going on record here, and I have Atletico Madrid defeating Chelsea to make it into the quarterfinals. Lazio versus Bayern Munich in what is probably one of the most lopsided matches in the round of 16. Not going to spend a lot of time on this one because Lazio were incredibly unimpressive in the group stage because they managed only draws except for 2 times that they managed to get a win. On the other hand, Bayern Munich are the current champions of the competition and they are goal-scoring machines. Lewandowski by himself probably has more goals than Lazio combined all competition. Lewandowski deserved his own video, so I made sure to do a player analysis on him. If you want to check that out, I have a video and I'll have a link up here as well. In fact, I'm so confident that Bayern Munich will get through that if they don't, I'll be sure to do another giveaway just to commemorate the occasion. Be sure to leave me a comment below because if that happens, only people who left a comment on the video will be entered. I mean, come on, Bayern's gonna get through, right? Nobody really thinks Lazio's gonna win here. But I mean, come on. Bayern is gonna get through with no issues. Bayern Munich on to the quarterfinals, easy win, no questions asked. Atalanta versus Real Madrid. Now, Atalanta is not somebody to take lightly. Last year, they were scoring goals for fun and were able to defeat Valencia 8-4 on aggregate. However, this season they have lost Gomez, which I feel will definitely lessen their offense a little bit, but still, it's a great team who love to score goals. On the other hand, you have Real Madrid, who are a great team who have seen a terrible dip in form. Their captain, Sergio Ramos, just went through surgery on his knee and is expected to miss possibly both legs of the round of 16. Not to mention, he's still trying to negotiate a new contract. And on top of all that, you have another huge figure in the club in Eden Hazard, who again has gone through another injury. All of these main figures in the club going through so many issues, it seems like all of these issues are starting to affect the results on the pitch. Maybe a psychological issue, may just be them falling under pressure. But one important thing to keep in mind is that Real Madrid's entire season hangs in the balance based off of the results in the Champions League. They were unceremoniously dumped out of the Supercopa de España by Athletic Bilbao. Then they went and got humiliated from the Copa del Rey by Alcoyano, who had 10 men. I mean, it just doesn't get any worse than that. And Atletico Madrid has a 10-point gap ahead of them in La Liga with a game in hand. So for Real Madrid, the only thing they have left is the Champions League. So can Zidane get his team to focus on the Champions League? Because if there's anything that we know for sure, this team will die for Zidane. In the group stage, when there were rumors about Zidane losing his job, what did Real Madrid do? They kicked it up a notch. So with all eyes on the Champions League, I feel like this team is just going to get it together, and if they can put all of their focus and all of their energy into the Champions League, they should be able to get past Atalanta. I don't know what you guys think. Be sure to leave me a comment below if you disagree, but I have Real Madrid edging past Atalanta to make it on to the quarterfinals. And last but certainly not least, we have Borussia Monchengladbach, who will be taking on Manchester City. Starting off with the German side, they are currently not even in the top 4 in the Bundesliga table, behind current leaders Bayern Munich by a staggering 16 points. The German side was also far from impressive in the group stage. While it is true that they were minutes away from getting crucial wins against both Inter Milan and Real Madrid, they just could not get a grip on their nerves and lost some important points that would have gotten them the crucial top spot in the group. In fact, everything was really down to the wire up until the last game in the group, where Inter Milan and Shakhtar held each other to a draw, and that's what gave Borussia Mönchengladbach enough points and the goal difference to get them through to the round of 16. On the other hand, they're facing Manchester City, who are top of the Premier League and one of the best defensive teams in all of Europe. Since the start of 2021, they have only conceded 2 goals. One on the 3rd of January, and then one more just this past Sunday when they faced off against Liverpool. But even then, they thrashed Liverpool 1-4, defeating them away from home. So for this match, fairly easy for me. I have Manchester City, who will defeat Borussia Mönchengladbach to make it through to the quarterfinals of the Champions League. And that pretty much wraps it up. I have discussed every single tie in the round of 16, but I want to know what you think. Let me know your predictions in the comments below. Let me know if you agree, disagree. Give me a like if you enjoyed this type of video. And as always, I will catch you in the next one.